All right, I wanted to talk to Teladia about Batgirl.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's probably likely that Batgirl is not going to come out. Okay?
Yeah.
We all
You've
know this.
accepted this is your New Year's
No.
resolution?
I've always known this. That doesn't keep me from asking. That doesn't keep me from hoping that it will come out one day and that we get there's enough of a push that people want to see it.
Okay.
That's what I'm hoping.
But you're
Now-
all in the gun gang.
Yes, exactly. Now,
But can I be honest with you?
where I will disagree with William is that he thinks it shouldn't exist. And he uses, I think, faulty logic in his reasoning. Do you know his reasoning?
Go on.
Okay. So he uses business sense. But I think from a business sense, that's probably why we're never going to see Snyderverse again. I think there's a there's a reconcilement that needs to be done there. That he has to understand that people were not happy with the Snyderverse. And that means, but he likes it, and that's fine. That's why he wants it to exist. And I find it hypocritical that because I don't matter, the Batgirl fans don't matter because he doesn't want it to exist.
I mean,
And
I
he-
do
and
want
he
it
uses-
to exist.
Well, he
Like
doesn't.
I do want it to exist, but I would like it to be retooled. Do you get what I'm saying?
I
use
don't
the same-
know what it is, so I can't ask for them to retool it.
So what I mean is use the same actress, bring her back in the new DCU, and do a new 52 origin. Simple.
You should also bring back Brandon Fraser.
I would like to see what movie got vaulted.
You know why I think it got cancelled and booted off?
For money.
Michael Keaton,
Why Michael Keaton?
because it made no sense for him to be a.
It's an
In-
Elseworld. Do you know what
But it was
Elseworlds
gonna be-
is? Do you think about it, Teladia? Do you know what Elseworlds is?
But it contradicts the Flash.
Again, I say, Teladia, do you know what Elseworlds is?
Yes,
Okay, what is Elseworlds?
it takes place in the doesn't take place in the mainland continuity. Like,
Exactly. So if they do an Elseworlds Batgirl where it takes place in the Burton Batman, right? Because there's hints in this Batgirl movie, apparently that's Tim Burton's Batman because they make reference to the Catwoman, Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman, right? Whereas the Flash, that wasn't Burton's Batman, was it?
not according to what I was told. Apparently
Exactly.
it
It
was
wasn't the Flash wasn't Burton's Batman. However, the Batgirl's Batman is Burton's Batman apparently. So it's an Elseworld.
that
it
is so
doesn't-
confusing, but it's confusing to the audience though because
Well, then you are what Williams disagrees with because Williams thinks people that don't understand Elseworlds shouldn't be allowed to talk about Warner Brothers because they don't understand it. That you could have two different Batmans, that you could have two different Supermans. That's why William is fighting to have the Gunverse and Snyderverse.
I think
It's
the
not-
general
he
audience.
says it's not confusing for the audience.
I think
It
the
will be
general
confusing.
audience would just see a Batgirl movie and go see the Batgirl movie.
no, I'll be straight up with you, right? Pep, right? No offense to you or
Hey,
anything,
Patrick.
right? No offense to you or anything, right? The only way people would go and see a film is they bring Batman into the film, right? That's without a shadow of a doubt. A Batgirl film featuring Batman. That's why they
what
use.
That's what this one had.
That's what this one had, right?
Yeah.
But at the time of the filming of Batgirl,
Mm-hmm.
they were going to continue on from where the Flash left off, right?
Oh my god.
Where essentially it wasn't going to be George Clooney at the end. It was going to be Michael Keaton at the end.
I understand that. But
So
do you
it
know
was
what
gonna
else? But do you know what Elseworld is?
Yeah, it doesn't take place in the mainland.
Exactly.
continuity,
So why do you keep saying that as an excuse?
yeah.
If
Because
Batgirl is an Elseworld story,
but what I'm saying is the original plan. The original
it
plan
doesn't
would work.
matter. The original plan doesn't matter. Obviously, It doesn't matter of the plan. We have a movie here that has a beginning, a middle, and an end. That's it. There's it has nothing to do with any other movie. Nothing. It's its own self-contained story.
Have you ever tweeted at the directors about this?
No.
You've never tweeted at Bilal
that's not my place.
No, about your passion about Batgirl, I mean.
No.
You've never done that.
He doesn't want the backlash.
I don't want the
fans?
attention. I don't want to seem like I'm virtue signaling and I'm doing all this to get attention from celebrities. I don't want any of that. I just want a movie. That's it. I don't care about who it is. I don't care about that's forming a parasocial. I don't want to form a parasocial relationship with these filmmakers or the actors like I've seen in other movements that people fall in love and think all these actors are right about every fight. All these, I'm not saying any names, but I'm not doing any of that shit. I am all about the art and the art alone. I don't go follow Leslie Grace's next movie. I don't go follow these other directors' next movie, even though they happen to do a movie that I wanted to see. I don't do any of that like any other movement. This is 110% about the art.
Question for you, Pep. Right? This is a question for you. If they did another Batgirl film, right?
Yes.
And it's New 52.
Doesn't matter. Because now what you're telling me is that we have the opportunity for 2 Batgirl movies because there's still one in the vault. Because if I win, this is why I find.
Would you see it? Would you see it though?
Yes, of course. I don't boycott. I don't do anything like the Snyder people do. Okay, I don't boycott. I'm not boycotting. I know you don't. You know they do, Claudia. You know they do. You know Snyder people that do boycott and do make it public how much they're not going to support movies because this so and so is in it. I don't do any of that.
See, for me, for instance,
I don't have to rub it in. I don't have to rub it in and bringing my baggage and my victimhood to other movies that are in the DCU or that would be Batgirl. I don't have to do any of that. When I see a Batgirl movie, it's not going to rub me the wrong way that there's a new cast or anything like that. My whole motto, my whole thesis is 100% on one specific movie to come out, and that's it. And I'm not going to form a community out of it. I'm not going to form any parasocial relationships out of it. I just want the movie by itself. I'm not going to
make it simple English for me. Make it simple English for me.
Sure. I thought I was.
No, if you're giving me long words, long sentences I don't understand.
The simple aspect is,
am
I disappointed? I am disappointed because I was released the Snyder Cut. Okay? And yes, sometimes I would make fun of the Snyder guys because they went way too hard when wanting it released. And I was told time and time again that this was about artistic integrity. That this is about a story being told and they owe it to the artists and the art. And that movement completely turned its back on Batgirl. Completely. It was never about the art. It was this weird parasocial relationship they had with Snyder. It was never about the art, and that hurts me because I thought we had a real film community here of nerds.
So for me, for instance, right?
Mm-hmm.
I support Batgirl, right? I'm not gonna lie to you there. I do support that, right? You know me. I'm joking around. I like to joke around.
I know you do.
I like to. So whenever I think, I think of a song like the Taylor Swift song. Here. So I was just like thinking of that Taylor Swift song. So we never ever ever. So I just got up. So I was just like,
we'll never ever get Batgirl again. Yeah, I know.
yeah. I was just like, why don't I make a joke on that? Put in the chat, right? Because I was a bit excited. So I just thought. I never when I talk about Snyder Bros. Or gun nuts and gun gang. I'm not talking about you. Okay.
I'm not talking about me. I like to meme about being a gunhead, but really, all this stuff is a reaction, and I'm it's almost like a defensive move. All these stuff, like I'm memeing about Hamada because I shouldn't know. I didn't know about Hamada. Everyone brings him up as the devil, and I did a little research, and it's like, bro, I cannot believe people have completely demonized that dude. It's crazy. And it's because people I think the problem is that people don't understand how it works and I understand Snyder got effed, and what people do is because Snyder got effed and he got screwed over by the system, what they do is they look for villains. They look for the person that did
Technically,
that.
there was multiple people involved, which obviously I'm not going to mention names.
There's
of.
no villains in this thing. The whole game is rigged like this.
So-
It's the
so
whole
you're saying
system. It's not a specific person.
So you're saying, for example, Jeff Johns wasn't the situation for Justice League failing?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. In fact, from what I know of Jeff Johns, isn't he a comic book writer?
Yeah, he's a comic book writer, yes, but
Okay.
he wanted Snyder out after BVS.
Okay.
He wanted Snyder out
So why do we blame? Okay, how do we know this?
because from stories online and whatnot.
Dude, do you believe all the stories online? I'm telling you, people are making up.
Not all of them. No, I don't believe all of them.
Okay, why do you believe this one with Jeff Johns?
Because Jeff Johns has made some very bad decisions.
Like what?
On certain projects.
I need specific examples.
Titans.
I want quotes saying Jeff Johns specifically said, "I want
Titans.
this." Okay, what?
The show Titans. He made that, and he basically made a really bad decision on that show.
Why was it a bad decision? Okay, so but do you see what I mean? How I've heard this name
So
Jeff Johns too, and every time people say disgusting insults about the man, and it's what did he do? When I get the specific example,
some of the
what did he do so bad?
The only good thing he did was Stargirl. Only good thing he did was Stargirl for the CW.
Okay,
right?
is he not a comic book writer?
Yes, he's a comic book writer.
Okay, from what I remember, I'm not good with my comic book, but did he not do The Long Halloween? Is he not responsible for that?
No.
Okay, who wrote The Long Halloween?
Long Halloween. Let me double check that for you, because Long Halloween.
It was Loeb. I thought it was Loeb. Go ahead.
Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale.
Tim Sale.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys don't like Tim Sale either, though. He gets a lot of shit. I hear that name all the time, and it's always with insults.
I actually like Tim Sale, to be honest with you.
Okay, because I always hear that name, and it's with insults, and it's like these people have created some amazing stories, and maybe their shit isn't as good as it used to be, but it's like that's not a reason to like insult.
No, I actually like.
But Teladia, my point is people make up villains, and you hear about all these stories online about how Jeff Johns hated Snyder and all this stuff. It's because people did not like what happened to Snyder, and I did not like what happened to Snyder. When you've heard this before, when people are not happy, they look to blame someone, and in Hollywood, it's very easy to find scapegoats. Because there's a lot of second guessing. There's a lot of people in there that maybe didn't make the right decision at first, but they turn them into villains on here, and I'm sick of that. I'm sick of that with Hamada. I'm sick of that with Jeff Johns. Apparently, like, okay, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work